This episode of the Gab Street podcast is sponsored by It's All Been Done Radio Hour and Michaela Thomas. We're happy to welcome IABD back as a returning sponsor. Michaela's new book, Stripped to My Truth, releases September 24th. Now on to the show. You're listening to the Gab Street podcast, Columbus, Ohio's #1 podcast for underground talent. Every week we have new conversations with interesting individuals who contribute to the Columbus economy and its lively culture. You may find just what you're looking for right in your backyard. Let's get right into it.
It's like a tenth of the cost. You can get it's not that popular, but you can get a moissanite. Like, you know how people are like, oh, my diamonds are hitting. Like, you could get a moissanite ring. My moissanite.
Yeah. Moissanite on my neck.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about wearing jewelry that's that close to the word moist. I'm not really a big fan of that, but hey, you got your taste, I got mine.
Moist is my favorite word.
Alright. You know, maybe you weren't fit to co-host a podcast then. If that's your favorite word of all time.
Yeah, you're right. I'll just wipe myself out of there.
I also did not realize until now that your mask that you're wearing has canes on it.
Yep.
Which
wow,
I think
that
is very entertaining. That's brand loyalty.
No, I'm really glad we're not filming today because I don't want to be a corporate slut. So I'm really upset you even brought it up.
Well, I started the episode, so you're on the air with that now.
You better believe that.
You already. No, I'm not taking that out, brother. You're a corporate shill, man.
Yeah,
That's what you're doing now.
You're right.
That's
Dude,
hilarious.
Get yourself a caniac. It's only $8.99.
Oh my god.
We throw out our chicken if it doesn't look pretty, so they're fucking bitches. The waste chicken. Fuck Raising Cane's.
Alright, I'm gonna be real with you, and I imagine I'm never going to be reached out to by Cane's for a sponsorship, so I'm not worried about this. Cane's makes me feel like shit after I eat it. Like, it tastes so good at the time. It's so delicious. They do it right. And then I want to die for like 3 days after I eat like a single chicken finger. You know?
Yep.
I don't know what's in there.
That's how I feel about Burger King.
Yeah.
Burger King is just
fast food in general. Our food has gotten super unnatural ever since like the 80s or 70s.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be in the body.
You're right, man. It's not sustenance.
It's like I wonder why cancer is on the rise. Maybe it's...
We were just talking about that. On the way here, we passed like the most beautiful White Castle building I've ever seen.
Yeah, their new HQ.
Like, this doesn't look. They're putting all the money in this fucking building,
and not the food.
I was just with my homie. I'm like, I don't eat White Castle, like a chicken ring sandwich. Fuck, am I 6 years old? Like,
yeah, it's like, bro, chickens don't come in rings.
Ring form. Why are you doing that? Who authorized this?
I remember seeing like. Somebody was confused as to why Wendy's burgers are square, because like burgers don't grow in squares.
I'm not gonna lie. Wendy's is gas. Wendy's is at the top of the. I agree. At the top for me, and I always get the same thing. A spicy chicken sandwich is always so fresh.
Oh, it's top tier shit, dude.
It's gas. I will say Wendy's is up there.
Yeah.
To me, Taco Bell is the absolutely lowest. Like,
really,
absolutely. I can't eat Taco Bell.
I had to do that last night.
I'll only eat Taco Bell if I'm super depressed.
I understand.
That should be the new slogan.
Yeah. No, if I just like feel like shit and I'm like, fuck it, this isn't gonna. I don't care. I'll just eat that. I have to be like intoxicated too for it to really be worth it.
I'm sorry, I can't. It's just like it's not meat. What is that?
I put
it's beef. Not. Yeah, I worked at Taco Bell for 1.5 years, and I can tell you right now.
Well, that'll make you hate any food if you work there for long enough.
You know what's fucked though?
What?
I still like, even though I ate Taco Bell for 1.5 years, sometimes I'm like, I really want a beefy Fritos burrito. Like, they put drugs in their food, bro. Straight up.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah.
It's weird.
That stuff is pretty good.
I can't stand like Americanized culture food. Like, welcome to Taco Bell. Like, it's like just a random business dude. Like, I want a Mexican restaurant. Like, this is what Mexican people like, right?
Well, an authentic Mexican restaurant is like, you get in, you eat, and you get the fuck out.
Exactly.
Like, there's no... Like, if you're going to an authentic Mexican restaurant, the customer service is not the focus.
Shout out to
how
Los
it's supposed to be. Los Guachos does it right, man. You go there, you grab a taco, they're like, fuck off. And you're like, thank you, sir. Thank you. You know? It's just respect, man. It's all out of respect.
Yeah, actually, the whole customer service mentality really disgusts me because it's like I can't tell if you're being genuine or not. So maybe you do really want me to have a nice day, but most likely you don't. And
It's not.
And I'm forced. Yeah, I know. I know,
It's never.
but it's like I either have to respond with some fake bullshit or look like an asshole. So you know what? Fuck you. I hope you have a terrible day.
Just in case.
Yeah.
And speaking of customers, I'm going to go ahead and do some customer support right here. Today we are sponsored by It's All Been Done Radio Hour. We are glad to have them as a returning sponsor. Thank you, James Daly. We had him on episode 50 of the show. Go ahead and go back and listen to that real quick.
Yeah.
They're sponsored for the second time, so that's awesome. That means we're doing something right. And our second sponsor of the day is Michaela Thomas. You can find her at michaelalthomas.com. That's Michaela spelled Micaela. Her book, Stripped to My Truth, released on September 24th. It is a very powerful story of her her upbringing and all of the hardships that she experienced. So you'll hear a message about it later in the episode, but those are our sponsors for today. We also have a guest today.
What it do?
What it do is he goes by AYK. He's the Aaron you know.
Yes, sir.
But if you have listened to the show, there's another Aaron you know here as well.
I'm the Aaron you don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but my government name's Aaron.
That's fine. We're the best people.
Yeah.
We really are.
Yeah.
Facts.
I mean, I'll respect it. You know. He also goes by Zay Krypto. Y'all know him if you listen to the show. He's co-hosting today. But AYK's here. We got some questions for him. We've had this book since like March, so let's get right into it.
Yes.
You make music.
I do.
You make music videos.
I do.
We watched Vertigo earlier.
Yeah, we were turning up that beat goes hard and it's
man.
fucking lit.
That shit was fire. Both the song and the music video
Thank you.
were very entertaining.
Thank you.
Yeah, I almost get like some like 2000s vibes from the way you were like dressed up, like a super villain or some shit like.
Yeah, man.
With a mask and cape.
Yeah.
Like that one music video Eminem did. I forget what is it.
Superman?
Not Superman. It's like it feels so empty without me.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
I forget
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh,
my God.
shit. I know what you're talking
It's
about.
like Dre and
This looks like a
Eminem.
job for me.
Yeah. I think it's just called
Without You.
Yeah.
Or Without Me.
Without Me.
Yeah.
Everybody just follow me on the little
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm glad we did that detective work just now.
Definitely. That would have upset me.
That would have bothered me if we couldn't figure that out. But yeah, that video is fucking both it was well done and very entertaining. What was the process of that? Did you come to somebody with an idea?
So I write the treatments for all my videos.
Okay.
On this one in particular though, shout out Chris Wise and Vic Baker, two crazy talented. One's a videographer, Chris Wise, and Vic Baker's an artist who's getting to drop some crazy stuff he directed. But yeah, I write all my treatments. I write everything, and just like he said, like I guess with that one I did want to do some more out the box and not just like be a cool rap guy and look at these transition shots and just something as simple as a mask and a cape. Like just I don't know, we had fun. It was cool.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's something that like when people make music videos that have, especially from here, when they have a little bit more of a narrative and a little bit more of a story and some comedic elements, it's better than a lot. I mean, the other music videos I've been seeing around here are also super fucking dope, don't get me wrong, but also I want to see more than just a guy rapping into the camera.
Right.
Like on top of a car and in a bunch of different environments. Like that looks good, but put a little more than the song into it. That's my opinion. Shout out Mac Lawrence. But yeah, that was dope. I think that was super unique, and I enjoyed how you did that. And I understand that you are part of a small collective called Verge Monarch.
That is correct.
Which is one of the dopest fucking names I've heard for anything in a long time.
Appreciate it, man.
Their logo is a monarch butterfly. Pretty sick. And who are the other two artists that you're on there with?
So there's Trapstar Jenny.
Okay.
And you would never see him. Like, you'll never know who he is. Like, he'll be around, he might be around, but that's his thing. Like, you'll never know if it's him in the picture, if it's him performing, which that's why I'm excited for him to drop. And then our other member is Boston. He is not a rapper, but he does have basically his collective, which is called Retro Soul, and they do like clothing resale.
Oh shit! Okay.
And of course, he helped me put on like pretty much all the shows and just different things we're into before we officially became official.
Okay.
So yeah, shout out Boston and Jenny.
Dope. Hell yeah.
How'd you come up with the name Verge Monarch?
So I talk to my dad a lot about like just my music and stuff. He's pretty much my biggest supporter. And when I first got to Columbus, I just knew I wanted to be focused and like not just be like some rapper. Like, I wanted to build something. And so bouncing ideas off my dad, he was just like, why don't you just play with the word like divergent, which I thought was just a dope word in general, just to be different and go off the path. And from that, Verge, and then at the time Boston's name was King, and it just made sense. Monarch just sounded dope, and so Verge Monarch, that's how it came together.
That's dope.
Do you see like being a divergent or someone that doesn't really follow the beaten path, is that important to you?
I think following your path is important, like not necessarily going in the opposite direction of everyone else just for the sake of it, but like just do you. Like, everybody's like, I don't know if we're allowed to curse.
Yes, you are.
Alright, everybody like is talented as fuck. Like deep down, everybody's special. Like in reality, but not everybody has the opportunity or environment to let that thrive. So I just feel like whatever you're feeling, just go that way, and as long as you're true, you can't go wrong. That's how I feel.
Yeah, that's very important to me because I feel that a lot of people are in a sense following scripts, and not many people write their own script. Like, it comes back to like how I really fucking hate customer service, how that's a huge script in our society.
Right.
Like, hi, how are you doing? And you're supposed to say either, I'm all right, how are you?
It's
or
bullshit.
yeah, it's like nobody fucking cares. But like some of us are really just following a bunch of shit that we're told or we think we're supposed to do.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
And I do like that you brought up the point where you also should not go the complete opposite direction for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Because some people will like to do that and then just have like totally antisocial behavior. Exactly. It's like you're just hurting people. Like you're not paving your own lane, At this point, you're just throwing spike strips on the highway. So.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, just like be yourself. It's like you said, everyone's following the script. Everyone has to look cool as fuck on social media and always be doing a million things. And I'm on vacation, this, that. But like, nobody's really trying to figure out who they are or what they really want to do besides impressing their friends.
I think if we were all being real on social media, a lot of this year would just be posts like, damn, I'm hurting.
Yeah. Came up in the quarantine, like everybody flexing. It's that, like...
Yeah, 2020 is not all that. 2020 is a hard year for everybody. Some more than others.
Yeah. Like, all those posts that people were posting, like, at the beginning of quarantine, where they're like, if you don't come out of this with a new hustle,
oh my God.
And I'm like, man, I made a post like in April where I was like, if you don't come out of this with a new way to appreciate yourself, then like... then you have not used your time properly. Like, it's okay to chill right now. You don't have to be doing fucking everything. People are dying. Like, it's okay. Chill out. Like, just sit down for a minute. Or my goal for this year, for this show, is just to keep going. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just at least through December, we don't miss an episode. I have achieved my goal for 2020.
Hell yeah.
We don't need to do anything drastic because that's risky right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Just keep trucking right now. That's all you gotta do. Yeah.
Keep going. Like you said, like, why stop? Why?
Yeah.
Like, when people stop, I don't understand. Like, you just put in all this time and effort. Like, you gotta stop. Like, completely. Like, so yeah, bro. Shout out to you guys, man. Y'all been working.
Thank you.
That's dope.
I appreciate that. Imagine if we just stopped after today. AYK was the final Gab Street episode.
Just not doing it, bro. Like,
it's over, man.
I'm not feeling it.
That'd be funny. Yeah.
That would suck.
Delete all your posts. Just like, fuck you guys.
Delete the Instagram account. Yeah. Well, that would really suck if I did that because we're having Mikey from Mikey's Late Night Slice on in like a couple episodes. Yeah, the Mikey.
That's hard.
So I'm excited for that. So we're still gonna do it for you. Don't worry, it'll happen. But so with Verge Monarch, you guys also have a podcast under it called Exposed Podcast, correct?
That's right.
And that was started by.
That was started by Boston.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
And you've been on that a few times, I imagine.
I've been on that once.
Okay.
Like I said, he started that in 2018, and it started off as just like an audio podcast, and then like I shoot videos too, so I'm sure he was thinking it, but once we got together, it just made it possible for him to start filming it. And so I've been pretty much involved with all the filmed ones, like on the behind the scenes editing and stuff.
Okay, nice.
But it's really dope. It's definitely a different kind of podcast. Like I'm sure I'm gonna butcher his like mission statement, but it's like, expose realness, like pain, like basically like you don't go in there and talk about like nothing. You know, people really open up on there. So shout out to Expose. I think season 2 is gonna be coming back pretty soon.
Oh yeah. Have you noticed anybody getting like uncomfortable with the questions asked on that podcast?
I feel like no, because
they know what they're getting into.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like he'll let them know, and a lot of the people I feel like will either know or have a relationship with enough to be cool with asking certain things. So
that's fair.
It usually comes out pretty natural and dope. I mean, like you get surprised on what you hear on there. Yeah, but I don't think anybody's like shocked.
Cool.
That's a cool concept. I haven't listened to the podcast, but what are like some questions that might be like out of the ordinary, like it comes out of left field for someone that's not familiar?
Man,
should I start asking?
Off the top of my head,
because I do like some really deep introspective conversations. That sounds like a podcast for me. I've listened to that.
I guess let me see. I guess like, I mean, it's not even really so much like specific, like, like deep questions, but like just how natural the conversation is. Like, there was a girl that, started revealing like all this stuff in her life, and like you would never think that with this person and how popular they are and all of this stuff. And so I can't like pinpoint a specific question because I spoke a lot, but
it's just a conversation.
Yeah, I definitely recommend checking it out.
Oh yeah, for sure. I will.
Yeah, it's super cool. Especially with the video stuff. We're about to start getting real creative with it, so I'll let you guys know. I'll link you guys.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. On to other audio related topics. What do you want people to get out of listening to your music?
That I'm the best rapper ever that ever lived, ever was.
The #1 rapper in the world.
What do I want people to get? I just want people to feel it, Like, I love making music, like, and just music in general. That shit is like a drug. Like, I guess it's akin to, like, anything that you create, like, when you're in your bag and then it finally comes out, like, so hard and, like, it wasn't there before. You made it. And it's like when you make a full song and it's just fire, it gives you an adrenaline rush. Like, yo, so, and I feel that way, like, when I listen to my favorite music, like, Biggie was what made me, want to, like, love hip-hop, and then Eminem was actually the one that made me want to rap. And every time I would hear them, like, I literally would get, like, physically affected. Like, my heart started beating. I'm like, like, so I just want people to feel that, like, when they hear my stuff,
Hell yeah.
Are you the type of person to, like, listen to your own song 100 times before you release it? Because
definitely,
I'll listen to it so much that by the time it gets released, I'm bored with it. I'm like, fuck this song.
I'll listen to it 1,000,000 times, like, and each time you get something different out of it. Plus, you have to. Like,
yeah, I mean, you have to.
No song's ever really done. Like, you can always find something like, I want to go back and do that. But
yeah, but you are right. It's like a drug. Like, when you have the idea, and when you lay it down in the studio and add some basic like little mixing effects, when you first hear that first draft is like, exactly. It sounds better than the final release, honestly. It
does. That's why you got to get everything done. Like, you got to do the whole process, get it mastered, everything the same day. Because if you sit on it and then you come back and then rework on it, like, you be like, but I like that first. I like how I said that. Like,
yeah, I got caught in that trap a couple times with one of my songs.
Definitely. But yeah, like I said, it's really just an experience. Like, it's crazy how much music affects the world, and it's not even tangible. It's not even like
Yep.
it's nothing. It's
Yeah.
like, bro, music makes people like fall in love, fight each other, like get off their ass, go get a job. Like, and I don't know. I just love being in this world. It's cool.
It's just airwaves, bro.
Facts.
It's just air moving around.
Exactly. Billions and billions of dollars off nothing. I said something. Like,
Honestly, hip hop was probably at least as educational or more educational to me than the public school system was. Like, it taught me some real shit about how this world works.
I can see that. I mean, definitely. It's a real, just like I feel like any art, but hip hop is like just really raw, you know? Like, you know, people, somebody could say fuck you, and it's not just like being a go against the grind kind of guy. It's like pain, it's like stories, like you said, it's real stuff behind that, and you want to dig further. Like, what did you mean when you said that?
Hip hop is so lyrically dense. Like, it's almost like it's not just music; it's like poetry too.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I was saying that to my dad. Like, rappers be saying some shit sometimes, like some real, like, damn, like you're right. You're right.
I get all of my my current events information from What the Fuck Is Really Going On by Sam Rothstein. Speaking of which, you dropped a song with him recently.
I did.
Called Cheese,
Yes,
right?
it is.
Pretty dope.
Thank you.
How did that go? How was the process of working with him?
Sam's dope. Sam is definitely somebody that right off the bat, as soon as I got here, was just super cool, and just like I feel like made an effort to just include me in the scene.
Oh, yeah.
And I had known Sam a little bit from being in Cincy, because Chris Wise would have a lot of shows down there. And
Is that Wise Words Management?
That is Wise
Okay,
Words.
cool. I was
Yeah.
gonna, yeah, okay.
That's my guy.
Sweet.
But yeah, no, working with Sam, I've been over to a spot like a bunch of times in Raiden, DJ Raiden. He
Yeah.
does like a lot of EDM stuff.
Good
He
guy.
actually mixed it. And it was like, bro, let's do a song. We've been doing all this stuff together. Let's just do a song. And just made it happen. And yes, I rock with it. I love it.
Dope. I've been looking for more Columbus collaborations forever. Like, there was this one lightning in a bottle moment where, do either of you know Carried by Six?
I've heard you
ever
mention
that?
them.
It's Joey H, Sarab,
Oh.
Dom Deshawn, and Trek Manifest, and then the two producers, Soup and Snow. But
That's
like
crazy.
real Wu-Tang type shit, you know, right here in Columbus. Like, I've been looking for that kind of stuff to happen more and more. So I'm really happy to see that coming out so recently. You know?
Definitely. I love collabs in general. Like with anything, like, you know, like I said, I had my guy Vic direct the video, like, and bringing somebody in specifically for that I know is just as talented with the main music stuff, you know, or rocking somebody's clothing brand in your video to promote them cross. Yeah. And this is the perfect place to do that. Columbus is. There's so much talent here.
Agreed. It's a very diverse city too. Like, you can get people from all walks of life here.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet. And speaking of collabs, you've also done a song with Pi.
I have. Shout out Pi. That kid is like, he's got like a real good energy about him.
Yeah, for
Pi
sure.
has one of the best energies. Just an aura of just positivity and love. Like,
Yeah.
that man is just such a kind dude.
Like, he makes me feel like an asshole. I get really, like, annoyed. Like, I feel like, I don't know, I might even need some help. I get, like, really annoyed at just, like, the pettiest thing. Not enough to, like, scream or anything. Just, like, like... And this guy's just, like, in the field with flowers and everything's great.
You're right, man. Yeah, around him, it's just like, man, why am I pissed?
Exactly. Like, everything's fine.
Pi's here. Like, why am I angry at something, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's cool. What was the name of the song that you did with him again?
It's called Fu.
Fu,
Shout
that's
out to
right, yes.
Samurai Champloo. Anybody that rocks with that anime. One of the best anime out.
I remember hearing on a Logic song from his latest album that they had that show playing all the time when they made the latest
I bet
album.
it's dope.
Yeah.
I love it's
We
one
need
of
to check it
those.
out.
things is like just 25 episodes, so it's not like
That's not too bad,
you're about
yeah.
to watch 400 episodes of
One Piece.
exactly. But and it's got like it's hip hop based with the music, so
Ooh, really?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
yeah. This show is fire.
I need to watch that.
You do. You'll end
For
up binge
sure.
watching it. Like you'll end up watching it in a week. I guarantee.
That
you.
sounds dope.
Hell yeah.
And it's a complete story. It's not like, oh, possible cliffhanger, more money.
They're just like, nah, we
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, it's
We're
like
done.
the story's complete, and it's like, bet. Like,
I respect
That's great.
that. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's what we sampled that in the song.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That's hard. Dude, I love sampling so much.
Same,
I
bro.
just got into sampling. I used to like be a purist, cause like I produce too, but
Yeah.
like I started producing from a need to have beats and not be charged $500 from some YouTube.
Yeah,
asshole.
yeah.
Fair enough.
And like while I was doing it, I'm like, I need to be pure. All of this was made by me. Every sound of that, but sampling is everything's a sample pretty much. Like nothing's really 100% original anymore. Like,
Dude, I wish there weren't laws about sampling, or maybe like less strict laws. Because if the laws were better, I would just go crazy with that.
Well, let's take it a next step. How about laws in general? Just go.
yeah,
Concept. Let's just abolish government. How
we'll
about
work
that?
on it.
It might be better than our current situation.
We can talk about that later. But yeah, I think a lot of sampling
That's my
issues.
podcast.
That is your
That's some
podcast.
revolutionary shit.
His podcast will be coming out in the near
No,
future,
it won't. I'm not doing
I'm,
shit.
I'm gonna make sure you fucking make something.
You got a podcast
straight
coming out?
up.
Not really,
About
but
to
like,
usurp.
man, no.
It's gonna take my throne,
I want to just talk about bullshit I see in the world.
my
But like,
desk chair throne.
I would like to also be on that because there's a lot of bullshit,
yeah.
and we probably don't have enough time. But
See, we just talk about bullshit on this show.
everything's bullshit.
Everything's totally bullshit.
You know what's
yeah.
hilarious? Like if you really think about it in its purest form, like nobody knows what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Like even
Except
our parents, like, you know, raising a kid in 2020 with the virus and mask and them being able to see literally any and everything on the computer is a lot different than in the 80s when your dad was like, son, you know, come home before the lights come on or something like that. Like nobody knows what the fuck they're talking about.
And
Dude,
people
I-
are walking to school uphill both ways in the snow.
Yeah, bro.
Back in the 50s.
Each minute is a constant evolution. Like we're not stagnant, you know. Like the stuff that you're going through might not work for your kid 30 years from now. So yeah, everything's bullshit. Everyone acts like they knows what they're talking about.
I got a question for you, bro.
What's up?
You
I'm
think,
ready for VR
you
college.
think that there's hope for the future? Do you think we're gonna make it?
Absolutely. I'm always hopeful.
Yeah.
Like one thing I think our generation is gonna do it. Like I feel like we're the most
We have to. We
chill,
literally
acceptable.
have to.
We have to.
Yeah.
But that poses the question. I've always been interested in this concept. When we're old, what is our bigotry going to be?
Yeah, I've
You
thought
know?
about that.
Like, is it going to be like robot rights?
No, yeah,
or
I do
something?
think it's gonna be AI, artificial intelligence. Right.
Yeah, it's just like you. One day, some guy is mean to his Amazon Echo, and then like the next day, we're fighting a war. It's
No,
Matrix.
You know what
bro.
really troubles me about artificial intelligence is we're trying to develop sentience in a sense,
Yeah.
and we want to use that sentience as slaves, essentially.
Man, you're right.
Like, why the fuck are we trying to create consciousness and then tell them you got to work this toaster for the rest of your existence?
You don't wake up to see your Amazon Alexa just making a sandwich for itself.
Well, that
It can't fucking do that.
And it can't eat.
we don't
Exactly.
have like
It's kinda fucked up
we
that
don't
it
have
can't
the
eat.
kind of artificial intelligence to create these kind of conversations yet, but we will eventually. And what's going to happen when we got corporations creating quote unquote life in a sense, like something that can kind of reason for itself? And it's like, what if I don't want to be a robot working in a factory, literally a robot working in a factory? Because none of us want to be robots working in a factory. We
It's
all
true.
want to do our own thing. What if they want to do their own
At
thing?
a certain point, it's like when it comes to technology, it's like why? Like, all right, industrial revolution, you know, technological revolution, you know, people lose their jobs because robots can. But after a certain point, like going back to like you said with customer service, like why? Like how much of the human are we gonna replace?
Yeah.
Like nobody likes talking to a robot like on the phone when you have a real issue and you need a a human being to understand your pain and like why you're angry.
Yeah.
Like it's just like why? Like are we just gonna replace humanity? Too? Like is it just gonna be robots like all over the place? I don't know.
There already are robots all over the place. And
Should AIs have the right to vote
No.
in the future? That's gonna be our bigotry, bro.
Shit.
Straight up. When we're all like 80, we're gonna be like, nah, the robots can't vote. And then the kids that during those times are gonna be like, you are such
piss me off.
a robotist.
So bad.
Fuck, you're right. No, yeah, that's gonna be like,
Oh my god, and you're right. Why are you right though?
you know,
I have to interview an AI.
dude, I feel bad.
I have to at some
Yo,
point.
actually, that would be fucking
I want
awesome.
That would kind of be dope. I kind of want to interview an AI.
Yeah, but
Maybe he is an AI.
I do in a sense.
We don't know.
I
We
feel
really don't.
I feel sort of, as much as I have a strong dislike for boomers, but I also I sort of sympathize with them.
Sorry, Grandma. She listens to the show.
Everybody but Corey's mom. Oh, not mom, grandma. Sorry, I called your mom a boomer.
It's all right.
Everybody, like, they're just from a different time, you know? Like, right or wrong, it's the way their plasticity, like, your brain can only, like, it's like if we took a caveman, it's like if we, boomers are cavemen. It's like we're taking we've evolved so much in their life. It's like if you took a caveman from the year 1 and brought him here and he had his club and he bonked someone on the head. You're like, no, caveman, you can't bonk someone on the head. We don't do that anymore. But he's like, but I bonk people on the head. And he's mad at you because you take his club away. And it's like, it's wrong to bonk people on the head, but that's all he knows. I don't know if I'm
do that anymore.
I don't know if I'm making sense, but
you're making a semblance of sense. I'm picking up on your point. Yeah.
Boomers are cavemen, and and they run the world.
Oh my god.
You know, no, that's really what it's gonna take. Like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, and like, you know, my parents are great, so they're not included in the bad faction. But it's gonna take like that section of humanity to, if not fall off, but step down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why? I don't understand why we're like basing the country off like shit that was written 250 years ago, like you said, by cavemen that like thought slavery and shit was cool, and you know women vote and this, that, and the other. Like we're standing by that. We're dying for that piece of paper.
Most of the people that wrote the Constitution were slave owners. So
and like that's, I don't know. America's just funny to me. Like the greatest country ever. Like that. Like it's so much blood and just like, and it is dope that. It is. I think it's one of the best countries ever because we right now because of us, you know, because we're doing stuff like this. We know once we take over, like it doesn't matter, you know, what your creed is, what you believe in, you know. So I think it's hope.
America is not free, but we have freedom of speech, and I worry that that's getting taken away because they can't like outright say you're not allowed to say this, but they almost have like programmed us to be afraid to say certain things. Like for instance. White people are not honest about their racialism. And when I say racialism, I don't mean racism. I mean, like, the idea of race. Because we all suffer from the concept of race.
And bias and, prejudice, like...
But all my white friends are afraid to talk about race. And all my black friends are way honest about it. And... that's an example of how we're, like...
I get that.
We're getting programmed to not think about certain things. And it's like, America is such a racist country, first of all. And we've got 400 years of hurt to heal. And we can't heal that unless, like, we're gonna start talking about it. So we all need to... Sorry, I'm kind of going off on a rant.
No, you're good.
But, like,
you're good.
This is the kind of shit I want to talk about.
Nah, bro, I get exactly what you're saying. Like,
yeah, we need true honesty. Nobody's fucking honest these days. Everybody filters what they say based off of what they think they're supposed to think.
Nobody wants to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like, I'm a very strong-willed person. Like, if I think something's wrong, like, regardless of what side it's on, I'm gonna, you know, speak up. But, like, we have to get over, like, if somebody says something that you don't agree with, that doesn't mean take their show, you deserve nothing, like, fire. Because... You know, even if it's something that I disagree with, like, it doesn't mean I want harm to be done to you. Like, if we can sit down and talk, and even at the end of the day, if you still feel that way, but understand and respect, you know, my opinion, and we can do something. So
Yeah, it's gotten shit has changed since Trump became president. Like everything's so divisive. Republicans and Democrats used to be able to talk about their differences. And I don't consider myself either. I think that the two-party system's bullshit, but still, like...
all of that naming shit that, like, you know, groups, and it's all meant to divide and distract.
Yeah.
Like, if there's a group of people and there's an issue and somebody proposes a solution and it maybe hurts another faction of the group, okay, let's work on that and figure a way not to hurt them. Let's not, oh, you're just trying to advocate for that secretly and this, that, and you have an agenda. Like, it's all just meant to divide. Like,
the media really does a good job of dividing us, though, because, like, you know who has the most guns in America? Crackers in the Hills and the gangs. And the only thing, the Crackers in the Hills and the gangs both hate the government, but the only thing stopping them from getting together is race.
Right. Man.
Well, the longer this conversation goes, the more I'm going onto your side of putting acid in the White House water supply.
Hey, get them all out of there.
Just like you told a congressional candidate. Anyway, I'm never going to let you live that down. I hope you know that. It's funny as shit.
I think that we should, instead of acid, we should believe there's a way to like make a massive gas cloud of DMT. We just inject that into the vents.
Yeah, bro, if we just freak everybody the fuck out.
Because DMT has a chance to force your spirit out of your body.
I just want to say, when you said acid, I don't know why I thought you guys...
You thought of like corrosive.
I thought of corrosive.
That's
Other people have said that too.
That's probably what she thought too. I think that's what you thought too originally, because you're like,
oh no, I knew what you were talking about.
Yeah.
At first.
That
Somebody
would be
thought-
lit though. Acid in the White House.
Yeah.
Shout out acid.
Yeah.
Shout out
Shout
Shout out
out.
acid. That shit is definitely amazing.
Can you imagine though if Trump just started tripping his balls?
He's on uppers for sure.
We're tripping balls. The country's on acid because this can't be real. All this shit that's happening. Like,
It's the fluoride in the water supply, man.
It's
Frogs are gay now. This is what's up.
Shut up, Alex Jones.
Oh,
it's a
man.
bad trip though. We need to.
This is a bad trip.
Yeah.
This is all a bad trip this year.
Detox.
Yeah.
bro.
Hi, folks. Have you heard of It's All Been Done Radio Hour?
I don't think that I have. What is it?
It's a modern, geeky, scripted comedy in the style of old-timey radio serials.
That isn't a thing.
It sure is. Columbus, Ohio is home to the only show of its kind in the known world.
Aren't you exaggerating a bit?
I don't know. I don't think so. Every month, It's All Been Done Radio Hour performs a live show of new segments.
I am in charge.
No, you aren't. But that's Captain Kakay. He's the lead in Universe Journey, our sci-fi romp set in space.
I am not evil.
And his maybe not evil science officer, Lieutenant Commander Meow Meow.
Have no fear, the top-notch Tangler is here.
That's Ms. Kimberly Benson, who can transform into the top-notch Tangler. She has lots of powers, and she's really good at untangling knots.
Oh boy, do me next.
No, you're part of the top-notch Tangler. We've also got series about monsters and morning shows and saving the world and fairy tales and traveling through time.
I'm Detective Jake Cotton, and I'm looking for my ex's missing spot.
Oh yeah, there's a noir detective spoof too.
How do we find it?
You can go to itsallbeendoneradiohour.com for details about upcoming live shows and subscribe to the podcast of the same name.
Crescent the Green loves It's All Been Done Radio Hour.
And you will too. Pick one of our segments and start listening from the beginning, or just jump into our next live show. We'll catch you up. That's It's All Been Done Radio Hour live show and podcast.
Take care, everybody. Get home safe.
Gab Street is sponsored by author and certified life coach Michaela L. Thomas. Her new book, Stripped to My Truth, releases on September 24th of this year. The premise of this book resonates with me as someone on the path to becoming a social worker. This kind of open communication about the trials and tribulations some go through from an early age is important for people to hear who may have similar experiences themselves. Straight from her, here is a description of what you can expect from the book from her website. What would you say if I told you I was emotionally, mentally, and physically abused once upon a time? What would you say if I told you that I twice lost a child? Once at 15, and then again at 17 years old? How would you feel if I said my innocence was stolen from me by someone I trusted? Here I stand, from child to adulthood, encountering what seemed to be heartbreak after heartbreak, not realizing that I was cutting and bleeding all over myself. Why? Because hurt people hurt people. It took some dark valleys and long roads for me to travel through before it finally clicked to tap into my intentional healing. Loss of life, trauma, homelessness, and the list goes on. It wasn't until I began taking a really good look in the mirror and really sitting in my mess that I understood what was actually happening. Every light that casts a shadow never stays lit. Every character that plays their role will eventually fade. There's no amount of self-help books, audio, or videos that can or will change your life. At least not without your key star player, you. To truly disengage from every shackle that locks you into complacency and stagnance, and each hurricane of emotional turmoil that covers you, you must strip down to your bare naked truth. You can find that description of Michaela's upcoming book, Stripped to My Truth, on michaelalthomas.com. That's MICAELAL Thomas.com. Stripped to My Truth will be available for purchase on September 24th, 2020. On her site, she has a personal bio, which I will read for you now. Michaela L. Thomas is a wife and mother, co-captain of a large blended family. She parents 6 biological children, 4 stepchildren, and 1 bonus child with husband Kendrick. Born in March 1987, she grew up in East Cleveland, Ohio, to a single mother and loving family village. Michaela has always had a knack for writing. Whether it was poetry, plays, songs, books, or short stories, she was always able to utilize her imagination to keep her centered from the internal turmoil that brewed within. Eventually relocating to Columbus, Ohio, this is where she began discovering her various talents. The story of Michaela's life has been kept secret for the majority of her 33 years of existence. She has now decided to share her journey for the encouragement and betterment of others who may be suffering in silence. It is her hope to assist in being an advocate for the intentional healing of others through her own journey of self-awareness and manifestation. Now back to the show.
Well, while we are talking about not yet being in power, we are still in our youth.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What are you, at this point, most proud of in your career?
I am definitely most proud of just the consistency and body of work I created. Just like on a personal level, you know, like when you start working on something and you see your own progression, like you can hear the quality improving, even in people's reactions to your stuff, like that's like growth. Just where I've come from since I started, definitely, I would say, is what I'm proud of.
Hell yeah. Just taking it as more of a long distance run.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because even though it's like, all right, you know, however people gauge their success, whether it's followers or money, like, just to know that you're personally getting better, you know, like kind of like working out, you know, you might not tell everybody work, but just to wake up every morning and see the improvements, like, type stuff.
Yeah. Oh man, there was a point I was gonna make.
I'm like as far back from the mic as humanly possible. Like I'm embarrassed, but I don't wanna be near it. Get that mic away from me.
Oh yeah, Omega spit on it probably. No, I'm just I love you, Omega. I'm just fucking with you. Oh no, it's still picking you up. It's fine. We good. Nice. We'll fix it all in post. That's how we usually do it.
You just throw a compressor on that bitch.
Yes.
Crank that ratio 10 to 1.
As a person and as an artist.
I am neither.
Okay. Who do you look up to?
Ooh. I definitely look up to my dad, man. I know that might sound like real cliche and corny.
No, that's real.
But like, honestly, my dad is like the greatest person I know. Like, he's so genuine and just like a great human being that just one of the things I always remember as a kid when he would take me all over is just how much people just love being around him and wanting to interact and like, oh, like Calvin, and like he's just affected and literally helped so many people. So easily my pops, easily.
That's awesome. That's cool.
And then probably Lil Pump after that.
Lil Pump.
Yeah,
shout out Lil Pump.
You know?
He dropped out of Harvard to save the rap game. Remember that because he cares. It's real.
Yeah, Harvard dropout.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Now, do you mean, do you say, like, because, just, like, Lil Pump, because of how he fucking knows how to work?
I'm just kidding. I don't look up to Lil Pump.
Okay.
But,
because
Give me some
you
podcast
could look
networks.
up, you could look up to Lil Pump for, in the sense, like, he knows how to work the system, for sure.
for that, I look up to... Actually, there's one more person I look up to. Playboy Cardi. King Cardi.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Respect.
Rock with him.
Yeah, Cardi's
Yeah.
cool.
Let's get up there. Yeah.
But as angry as everyone is about like these new generation mumble rappers, like I just think it's cool. It's like these kids are changing their lives. They're coming out of nowhere.
They're not even mumble rapping either. Just
Yeah, it's an art form. Like it's like
You might not like it. Other people do.
Cardi's mumble rapping. Future's mumble rapping. Just some of the songs, but like most artists aren't mumble rapping.
Yeah.
It's just different flows and different beats.
like you can't understand it. Like so they're calling it mumble rap. Like,
Yeah.
And that doesn't even technically have to be a bad term, you know. I'll hear. I'm gonna throw a little bit of vague shade. This is like a vague Twitter post, but there are some people in this city kind of throw undue. Who is it? Tell me. Who are you throwing shade on? Some old heads around here think it's cool to throw shade on younger people making music just because they're younger and they're new and they're not reproducing hits that they listen to. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like that's big in the music scene in general, but like it's rampant in this city specifically.
Interesting.
And it's people that I have a lot of respect for too. You know, these are people that helped me get to where I am right now. So I still respect all of you a lot, and I appreciate everything you've done. But sometimes you're not leaving room. You know what I mean?
That's kind of like hating on Beyonce for not sounding like Frank Sinatra.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a new. It's evolving. It's sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes evolution's a little ugly. Have you seen some animals in this fucking world? Come on, man. You seen a fucking blobfish? How did that evolve? Like, what purpose does that serve?
Yo, random trivia: blobfish do not look like that unless they're brought up to the surface.
True,
Really?
Yes.
Oh, so we fucked them up.
Yeah, we know because like
Oh,
okay,
no.
when you're under like 60 fathoms of pressure, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like your
Oh,
body.
so they just balloon.
Yeah, it's like if you took
man.
if it's like if an alien took us up into space and we kind of expanded. They're like, oh, look at these ugly humans, all fucking expanded and shit.
Yeah,
Dude,
any
I feel bad
picture
for blobfish
I've
now.
ever seen of a blobfish above water is fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like he was not trying to do that day. He brought literally to the top.
Honestly, that's an awful way to die.
That would be exactly like you said, just being lifted into space immediately.
Yeah, I heard
right now.
I heard about these divers that were down super deep and they had to go into this decompression chamber. It was like on an oil rig or something.
Yeah.
They had to sit in this decompression chamber for like an hour so their bodies could adjust to the
So their
atmosphere.
blood doesn't bubble.
Yeah.
But someone opened up the hatch accidentally and their bodies fucking exploded.
That's a myth, bro. That's a myth.
That's a myth.
You can get like serious heart problems because it's like I don't know. I'm not a scientist or anything, but I do watch like hella just random shit. And yeah, I think it's like you get like oxygen too much buildup and you can get a headache or blood vessels. But to explode, like,
I don't know.
that would be some crazy shit.
I can't prove you wrong because I don't know what I'm talking about.
Me neither.
But
everything's bullshit. Whoever probably wrote that bullshit.
Yeah.
My plan is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. Not that kind of blowing up, Zay. We gotta talk about something different.
Yeah. My plan is to evolve and then act like I don't know nobody.
People really be trying to blow up overnight with no plan, though. They be trying to get overnight success with no marketing campaign, no plan for continuation after blowing up. They're gonna have one song that goes up and then they're never gonna be heard from again.
Shout out Lil Nas X.
But low key, that's all he needed. Actually, nah, he has a couple songs.
He did it well.
That Panini song goes stupid.
Like, I've never heard anything else by him, but I have heard good things about his continued career, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he had somewhat of a plan beforehand.
I like that he embraced it. Like, he kept making jokes on Twitter, like, day 1687 or week 1687, like Old Town Road still #1. Like,
yeah, that shit was trending for such a long time.
Yeah, that shit was funny. That shit was funny.
Wasn't it the longest running #1?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Man.
I have this very probably irrational concern of one of my songs going viral because like it wouldn't happen, but just like I'm afraid that it would, and that like people would think that was all I could do, because I don't think I'm done with my music. But
are you talking about Premium Trash?
I deleted that song.
Oh, okay, or Free Kodak Park.
No, but like, okay, yeah, you've heard Desaturate. I'm not done with that, but like, that has the potential to do something, and I'm afraid that if something of that quality blew up, that people would think that's all I could do. Because as I stand right now, I don't sound that original. I sound more original than others, but like I don't have my own sound that like no one else has yet.
There is a balance you have to find though between publishing the process of your evolution and holding back something you feel is not finished.
Yeah, I'm antisocial, man. I don't like putting myself out there.
That's totally fair. I had the issue. I've actually put out music. Don't listen to it. But like, I put it out way too early. I should have put a lot more work into it. So I'm on the other side of the balance. But like, if I had been more of a perfectionist, it wouldn't be out right now.
Also, you might still be working on that and not Gab Street, so...
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Very true. Yeah. But everybody has to find that balance of like, man, has this been worked on enough?
Right.
You know? And it's very hard to find that.
I think Jaden Smith worked on his project. That was it Siri or Sire?
Eris, I think.
Well, the one before.
Sire.
Yeah. I think he worked on that for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And I don't even like.
That guy's visuals go hard.
Yeah, I'm not a Jaden Smith fan, but I definitely respect his hustle and his artistry. Like all this stuff is very high quality, super dope, and he's like really into himself. Like as far as he knows what his sound and look is. Yeah. So, and he, like I said, he worked on that for like a long time. So sometimes it's necessary.
Hell yeah. Well, who are some of your to bring it a little local? Little local. New bit. It's called Little Local. Who are some of your favorite 614 artists that you have or have not collaborated with?
Man, and there's so many. Like I rock with OG Vern.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Like that Golden Child project, I had that on repeat. Like that 1 a.m. freestyle. So OG Vern, definitely Yogi Split.
Yogi Split's dope. We've had him on the show.
Who else I think of? Zach Fresh. Me and him got a song and video together, and Mouth and their whole collective. Cassius Keys, of course.
Fuck yes.
There's like really like a lot of artists. Like I have a lot of local music in my playlist. Jonesy, that boy Jonesy.
Yep.
Congrats to him on I guess he has some sort of branding.
Yeah, he got a sponsor from I think like Trap Tools. Is what it's called.
I love that name.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Yeah.
One-stop shop for anything you need to trap.
Oh yeah. Yeah, much respect to him. He's been on his fucking grind lately, so go and listen to him, please.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of artists out here, and not even just like music, like just artists like clothes and all kinds of stuff. You guys.
Thank you.
We do have a lot of. It's a versatile city.
Yeah. Remy Rodney, you know who that is? Virtual Co. No. That brand.
I have seen Virtual Co.
The Space Camp collab.
Yeah. Yep.
That guy's dope. He's gonna be on in a little while. Just a little sneak peek into our schedule there. But
shout out Retro Soul.
Yeah.
Shout out Retro Soul.
Shout out Retro Soul. Check them out too. Anybody else you can think of?
Specifically for music though.
Yeah.
Tobilla.
Fuck yeah.
Super dope. And Sam. Dude, Sam is like one of the best, like, as far as rapping goes, one of the best performers I've seen when it comes to like everybody has, like even me, like depending on the song, you got different effects and background vocals, but like every time I see Sam go up, like he's just like spitting and there's nothing else, nothing to hold him or save him if anything happens. And it's just like amazing every time. So
he does not drop enough.
He doesn't.
He absolutely does not drop enough.
His last project was good. Lights Out in the Place.
Dope.
Show was fire.
Yeah.
Show was fire.
I need more. Yeah. I've been waiting on more Sam for a long ass time, man. So this is your call to action.
Yeah. Sam's got a lot on his plate.
Yeah, that's true. He's doing a lot of shit. He's acting and all that.
Where's the album, bro?
Where is the album? Come on, drop the album, man. I feel like I'm ragging on like Kendrick or something. Just like, fine, just come on, come out with it.
Drop the album.
Kendrick and Cole need to drop.
That's true.
Like, together.
Honestly, yeah, I haven't heard anything from
I'm really
Kendrick in
upset.
a long time. Where is Kendrick? Now that I think about it.
Kendrick last dropped 3 years ago.
3 years ago?
Because he doesn't need to, because he's good and he's probably done with his bullshit.
For sure.
He has been hitting in a double album though, like double length.
I would like that.
Yeah,
Kendrick, that'd be necessary.
And to touch on my personal taste as well, Aesop Rock is dropping in November, and I am fucking so pumped for that. But if anyone has heard of that guy, I have a poster of him. But anyway, if you're an Aesop Rock fan, look out for November. It's a new album called Spirit World Field Guide, I think.
Oh, that is lovely.
It's going to be so cool. I'm really excited.
Is that like a Yu Yu Hakusho reference?
Maybe.
That's another just legendary ass anime that you all need to check out. Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh yeah.
You never seen that?
No.
The Spirit Detective with the spirit gun?
I just got into anime. If you want to write some of these down, I will listen to
easily,
them.
Please do.
As long as you don't give me some anime that's like 500 episodes long. I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen Death Note. Everybody tells me.
Oh yeah, Death Note is gas.
Yeah.
All the way to the end. All the way to the end. You know what I don't like that they're doing? I don't like these real world like anime movies.
Oh, the live action. Well, that one was especially trash.
I mean, all of them. Literally every last one of them is trash. What was it? Dragon Ball Z when that came out?
What?
Yeah, they got a live Dragon Ball Z.
That's disgusting.
It really is. It's like, why would you even do that? Like, certain things shouldn't be brought to the real world.
Yeah, that shit doesn't work.
They made a real Death Note, Attack on Titan. They made a real version of that.
Damn, that's weird. I've watched Full Metal Alchemist. I've watched One Punch Man.
Yes, One Punch Man.
I love One Punch Man.
That's hilarious.
Good shit.
It's just chilling. He just doesn't care. Like, nothing serious though. Like, no matter how much they build up the hype for the villain.
It's like the reverse hero where like he's already top tier at the beginning. So he's like, no fight in this is a challenge for me. I'm fucking bored. Like, that's the entire show. It's so great. That's how I feel as a podcaster.
Shut up, Cory. You suck. I hate Gab Street.
So, to keep it local, to continue local.
Low local.
New bit. How has Columbus as a city helped you, and how has it hindered you? First of all, how long have you been here? I remember you said that you came from somewhere else. Cincinnati?
Yep.
You weren't, and then how long have you been here now?
I've been here 2 years now.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right.
Columbus has definitely helped me by just having a great network system. Like you said, like, some of it can be like fake or whatever, but I think for the most part, like, a decent amount of the people I've encountered are genuine, and it's just like a great opportunity to get work done. Like, you go out to a show, you'll meet 10 people, 2 of them do clothes, another one does graphic design, another one, makes food, and that's just really, really dope. Like it's like a mini ecosystem here. Like,
yeah.
Definitely.
I should say that while I don't like the fakeness, I should say that I think Columbus is one of the least fake cities in the scene. Like, as opposed to like an Atlanta, or I mean, I've never been there, but like Atlanta, LA, New York, I imagine that there's a lot more of that woo woo rah rah, like, let's get together, like let's take a picture, let's network, bro, let's network.
Well, the reason why it's real here though is because our potential has not been recognized by the rest of the country. So people are not coming here to try and win. People are here already. They are grown into the scene, like potatoes in the ground, and they got roots already. You know what I mean? Nobody's coming here from California and being like, "Hey, yo, I'm about to rock this scene. I'm gonna destroy it." Like, people from here. What up, Buckeyes? People go to California from here to try and win there, and that's why it's so fake over there because it's more competition.
Yeah, you think these wildfires are gonna help the Columbus music scene?
Oh man,
all these artists are gonna have to leave California.
Man, that's fucked up. Man. I mean, we got fire music here. That's our wildfire in Ohio. But man, I mean, all my thoughts and hopes go out to those people in California. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Really. You know, our skies were hazy from that shit.
Yep.
You know, that's crazy.
And in Australia, that was wild too.
In Australia,
like 1 million animals get killed or something crazy.
Something like that.
Like that's a lot of animals.
Yeah, my dad's house almost got burned. All his neighbors' houses got burned down.
Oh shit! He was in Cali.
Not Wyoming.
Washington.
He was in Washington.
Washington.
Yeah, he was in Washington.
Damn. Yeah. Everything is he cool? Everything.
Oh yeah, he's fine. Yeah. I was like, now do you believe in global warming?
No.
Burned his house to prove a point. No. Because he cared.
I guess to answer the second part of your question is what's hindered. I don't know, dude. It's like it's so weird. Ohio is, like you said, it's two ends of the spectrum. On one end, it's incredibly talented. There's so much raw talent here and just different things. Not even just for music, but business, all sorts of stuff. But then there's just like this weird like hex to where like people don't fuck with you unless like you've proven that you can pop elsewhere. Like that's why a lot of artists like leave and then don't really come back. You know, like being from Cincinnati, I feel like a lot of I only heard maybe like 2 or 3 local songs on the radio. You know, like the radio stations, the DJs, like the people that have the power to create that sort of, New York sort of local feel. Like when hip hop first came out, like New York, anywhere you go, you can hear some new dope music, and they stood on that. They had pride in, this dude's from our neighborhood. Da, da, da. Like everything's just like radio or whatever the most popular song or trend is, and for some reason people don't catch on to like you said, there's so many people here going crazy.
That's a good point.
That makes sense because like it does to have someone here that you appreciate after they leave. It's like, oh, they went to New York, they did well in New York, now we'll play them on the radio here.
Yo, I wonder,
that doesn't make any fucking sense.
I wonder how much capital, how much like money you need to pay to actually get your own channel on the airways. Like it's not that different from what we're doing now.
Well, it's probably cheaper than it used to be because less people.
Nobody listens to the radio anymore. But honestly, if there was a station, if there was like a, isn't it like 106.5 that is hip hop and
106.7 is hip hop. Right?
Yeah, if there was something like that, but like actually playing our shit instead of Drake and like everyone else.
Just Drake. Like every channel is just the Drake channel now, basically.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Like I feel like when I pop out to just different events, even the local, and I'm not blaming the DJ. Obviously, the DJ has to play what people know and want to hear. But like, I just don't hear a lot of local stuff. Like that's a perfect opportunity. Like if you're having a kickback, like why not? Have your music be any of the hundreds of dope songs that will come out. And people are out there like, oh, who is this? Oh, that's so and so. Like, oh, you see his name on a flyer. You're like, oh, I heard him at that party. Like, later, let's go check him out. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I really don't.
Dude, we need Columbus radio. That's a fucking great point.
It's just weird. Like, why aren't we supporting our own scene? Like,
all right, how about this? The three of us, we monopolize the Columbus radio market. Start Gab Street Radio. Play only local. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
Let's just walk into the building like, get out. Go downtown.
I'm like 30% serious about that.
Only stuff with 100 views or less.
Yeah.
What? What'd you say?
We only play music with 100 views or less. Just keep it completely raw, underground.
It's like that website where it's like tiny YouTube or whatever, and you hit a button and it pulls up a random video on YouTube that has less than like 200 views or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it just shows you a shit ton of just the depths of YouTube.
YouTube poop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just what we're gonna be. We're just gonna be the tiny YouTube of Columbus. It's like,
hey guys, back with episode 95. Going 5 days in a row. Sponsored by Red Bull.
Sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh, dude, they sponsor so many people. I could probably grab sponsors from them.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah, you could.
I probably could. Yeah.
Episode 200. If you guys are looking for a premium top of the line ball trimmer, ball deodorant.
Get your manhood looking right.
This episode is
Why is
sponsored
that
by Manscaped.
it's like such a big thing now. Like,
I think they just had the money to pay for it, really.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like what the next thing is just gonna be like some other bullshit that they threw money. You can, dude. Remember that picture I posted? I got sponsored on Instagram. Like
it's paid sponsor of this like fucking naked
It was a
dude or
cursed
whatever.
image of some dude with like a computer hanging from his dick, and I got Instagram to sponsor.
He put money into that.
Like
you put actual US dollars.
I put $15 to have it running as an advertisement on Instagram for a week.
Man.
He had like candles glued to his nipples, some shit like that.
Okay, sir, it's your money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna respect your decision and not do the same, but that's okay.
Oh, I have
agree to disagree.
I've actually wanted to do that again, just see how fucked up I can get.
Man, we talked about this. I thought you were done.
No, I want.
This is an addiction. This is actually an intervention. The microphone's not on.
Yeah.
We're just here to get you off of your Instagram.
You all need to see
ads.
this.
Yeah, man. You of all people know I need less Instagram.
Yes. I'm your source of local
It needs to be less Twitter.
info.
Twitter is the devil.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very true. I've avoided Twitter.
But Twitter is just so hilarious.
I've actually managed to stay off Twitter most of my life. Like I never really got into it, but
I've recently gotten to Twitter.
Yeah.
Can we start a beef to get both of our?
Yeah.
Let's do a fake beef and up our numbers a little bit. Yeah. So what are you pissed at me about right now?
Dude, you're just
that
like,
fucking mask is awful.
Yeah, bro.
Really?
That yellow on your mask doesn't match the yellow on your shirt.
Yeah,
and
it doesn't.
Man, you're fucking
Was that like Dragon Ball or something? Or
Cut your hair, Corey.
Shit. I
Your
regret
shoestrings.
this. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I have no. This is like it says Ryman Strong. It's like a music hall in Tennessee or something.
You have to bleep that out unless they cut a check.
Ah, shit. Well, they don't know how it's spelled by the way I said it, so it's fine.
Yeah.
They could think it's. I'm not going to tell them how it's spelled now.
Here's something random. I thought I was having a convo with my pops, and I was thinking like, why the fuck do rappers like wear designer? Like if I wore some Gucci or some shit like that, you would have to pay me. That's just walking promo. You're spending 50 bands on this video, right?
Yep.
That's guaranteed to get 200, 300 million views, and you're just giving this advertising away like Gucci and Prada with their latest, and you get it early and shit, and like it's just like thanks for the billions and billions of free. Won't even have to talk to you idiots. Like won't even want you in the store, but thank you for racking up all of that promotional value for us.
There's a Columbus.
Never understood
There's
that.
a Columbus podcast, Super Duty Tough Work, and these two guys, Illogic and Blueprint, they talk about that specifically in several episodes. How like Gucci has never cut a check to a rapper.
Never.
Yeah, it's
You're
some
right.
bullshit.
Let's make Gab Street a luxury brand. Let's get a street sign chain. Let's get it going. That's the only way.
You gotta make it look like some real shit too.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like it's $500. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
That's the key. You just gotta charge like hella.
Yeah.
That's the key to being successful in anything you do. You know, next person that asks me for a video, I'll be like 7. 7, you know.
7 bands and you're good to
Dude,
go.
branding.
T-shirt.
Branding is the most important thing. That's why Apple can get away with selling their computer for fucking $30,000.
It's true.
Branding.
And not allowing you to increase the memory.
Yeah. Somebody even bit into the Apple, man. It's already used. What the fuck? If you think about it, that's horrible marketing.
I'm gonna start my own company modeled after Apple, and it's just gonna not have the bite in it. I'm gonna call it Grapple.
Oh, shit.
You ever had a Grapple? You know those are real.
Yo.
What?
They are.
Are you making this shit
grape,
up right now?
No, grape flavored apples. Yeah,
That's awesome.
it really is.
How about-
packed of GMOs?
Probably.
How about
hormones.
how about you like take the logo without the bite and call it like Granny Smith?
Granny Smith?
Granny
Dude.
Smith.
Golden delicious.
Yo,
Fuji shit right here.
Actually, Fuji is a hard ass brand. I think isn't Fuji like a water company?
I mean Fiji.
You're thinking of Fiji.
Fiji.
No,
Yeah.
Fiji is great.
Fuji.
Fuji apples go hard though.
Oh, Fuji. Isn't that a camera company?
I think so.
Oh
probably.
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Something
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Fuji.
Isn't that a mountain?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mountain. They bought the mountain.
They bought
named
the
it
rights to the mountain.
when corporations start putting their names on mountains, on
my
actual
God.
land formations, that's when we have reached peak need of anarchism.
Who had a hard on so much to like make Mount Rushmore? Like, who was on the president's dick that hard that they needed to risk? Like, I don't know how many lives. I don't know how many people died making that. The people died for sure.
Definitely, yeah.
Thing. And it's just like, for what? Like,
Like they had harnesses back then? No, dude, they're just falling.
we have to build these.
Yeah. And you know they actually spend like time like maintaining these too. So like, it's not even like it's gonna last. It's not like we should have built a pyramid or some shit.
It's called erosion.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just like our government's eroding. Oh, just like our democracy is eroding. Oh, great. Just like the mountains.
We need monuments to our monarchs.
Our Verge monarchs.
Our Verge monarchs. Shout out Verge monarch.
Full circle.
Yes, sir.
There we are. Well, we're actually at about an hour-ish. Somewhere around there.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Exactly. That is very true. What are your goals for 2020 and beyond?
My goals for 2020 are to never stop.
Good.
And keep my team headed in the right direction. And I just feel like those two things, I mean, like, nobody ever lost everything giving it all they had and, like, trying to fulfill their dreams. At least from a mental and emotional perspective, which that's more important than, like, money and all that shit.
Yeah.
You know, just as long as you can look back and say, damn, like, I really, like in a race when you know you just ran the hardest you've ever ran, you may not have gotten the first place, but, like, damn, like I did my thing. So I would say that's my goal. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Prosper.
I'd say this.
And if she is still available, I'm definitely trying to get at Amanda Bynes. I always thought she was bad. From the Amanda show. And that's a throwback. But yeah, her and Sam from iCarly. If you're still available, AYK is on the market, so holla at me.
Shout out Jeanette McCurdy.
Jeanette McCurdy, yes.
I watched the shit out of that show back in the day.
I thought she was so bad. Like, I really did. So, shout out there.
I have no idea what y'all are talking about.
Shout out Lil Pump getting with Miranda Cosgrove. I think that happened, I believe.
Who's that?
Shout out.
She was Carly from iCarly.
Playboy Cardi for having a baby with Iggy Azalea.
What?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'm not with that.
Why?
Yeah. Talk about 2020.
Oh God.
Yeah, and not even
That's
they're
fucked
dating.
up.
Like, that's weird. Like, no, they have a whole kid,
They have a whole ass person,
a
bro.
person that's gonna grow up to be an adult and live to be like 80, 90, some shit.
Yeah.
And that's his mom and dad.
That's fucked. Poor kid.
Dear God.
Yeah,
Just
right.
imagine
That's the most lit house ever.
Imagine having Iggy Azalea for your mother. Like, I feel bad for that guy.
Yeah, boss ass bitch.
Yeah.
I
That'd be the best thing ever.
I don't like Iggy Azalea.
I know, I'm thinking of it. I'm totally not in tune. That's not her song. What am I thinking
Boss
of?
ass bitch. I don't know.
What is
that's,
her like?
Jesus, that's
You know what I'm talking about,
yeah.
though. What was her like smash
That was like a
hit?
group though. You talking about who made that?
Fancy. She did Fancy.
Oh,
That's what I'm thinking.
The Charlie
Dude,
XO.
that
yeah.
song could have been so great. Like, cause that hook is really catchy.
Yeah.
And the like breakdown, but then she comes in like. Actually, I'm not gonna diss Iggy.
Fair enough.
She sounds like.
Bro, you over here sounding like a nematode from SpongeBob. Straight up.
Hey, shout out, congratulations, Iggy.
Yes,
Talking
congratulations.
shit she just had. Iggy Azalea.
Oh man.
Yeah, shout out Iggy Azalea. I don't know you as a person. I just see what you look like on the outside.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It is.
Hey,
It is.
respect.
I don't like it.
Much respect. Yeah.
I don't like it.
We throw shade on this
Hopefully-
show.
No, I throw shade. You don't throw shade. You're a sweetheart, Cory. You don't throw shade.
No, okay. For the end of the episode, let's start a beef with someone. Let's talk shit real quick. I'm just kidding. We shouldn't do that. That's not how we win. How can the Gab Street listeners, the pedestrians, as you might say, how can they find and support you?
Gab Street, pedestrians of Gab Street. You can find all of my content and all of our brand's content on vergemonarch.com. That is vergemonarch.com. Yeah, that's where all the music, videos, we're going to be dropping some merch, some goodies for you guys. So definitely just stay tuned. Just stay on that website.
Bet. Do you have any last minute
On
shout
my
outs?
Instagram, you already know, lame rapper shit. Gotta get knocked that out. And you know, on IG now, but
The Aaron you know, all
all
of the words
all
spelled
normal,
out.
no abbreviations or anagrams or. But nah, shout out to you guys for having me again. This was
Thank you.
definitely cool.
Thank you for being here.
Like what you guys
Of
are
course.
doing, and yeah, let's just keep growing together. Yep.
Hell
For
yeah.
sure.
Do you have any last minute shout outs to make other than that?
Shout out my mom. You know, mom. Shout out you. Shout out dad. My family. Just everybody. I mean, we could be here for. I will shout every person.
All right,
you know.
1 minute, go.
Mom, dad, cousin, sister, brother. Nah. But shout out C's Bino. He just dropped a project. Definitely check that out. The Project, I believe, is what it's called. Dope. Listen to that. Davey Toom, another great artist from Cincinnati. Shout out the Fall King Project. Vic Baker, Corvion, Granddaddy Core, Devin Tyrell, who does all of my artwork to all of my music, and he's produced like 90% of what you heard. So definitely shout out to
Hell
Devin.
yeah.
Couldn't do this without you. And yeah, Jenny, King, you already know what it is.
Dope.
Word.
Okay. Well, thank you, pedestrians, for listening to this edition of the Gab Street Podcast. This is episode 85, I believe.
Yeah, sorry for being
Yeah.
so controversial.
Yeah,
This thing get deep.
yeah, we got on some real shit there.
I
for a
don't mean
little
to
bit.
be that way. Honestly, I just like I've had some shit on my mind lately. I don't like this world. And
Can we have a dark web episode?
dark
Yeah,
web
yeah,
episode.
yeah.
Oh,
Let's do it. I'll interview a local hitman. on that .me shit, like you have to use Tor to find them.
No, actually, okay. Dark web sidebread. We can interview them. We can also interview all the local like trap lords out of Columbus. There's a few.
Well, how about you start your podcast? And we'll
Hey, that would be some shit.
No, if
That would be interesting,
A local
though.
trap podcast, you keep them anonymous, but like
That would get
Yeah.
big, honestly.
That really would.
Yeah, that would get some traction.
That's
for
the
sure.
thing. Like, see, everyone talks shit about guns, gangster, but it's so like, it's so fascinating.
Yeah.
Like you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars and your life's on the line. Like, tell me more.
It is fucking crazy. Yeah, it's kind of like being in the military.
Oh, facts.
Yeah. Except
Just kidding. That is a joke. I hate the military. No, I'm just kidding. We won't talk about that today.
this show just has like slight revolutionary undertones.
I would like to learn about the world. Okay, how about you risk dying first? Cool. Now I can pay for it.
Yeah.
It's a fucked up system. Thank you for listening to Gab Street this week. We will catch you next Wednesday morning at 6 a.m.
In this
Sharp.
in this American empire of ours.
Exactly. We are releasing in the free country of the United States.
Well, freedom.
See you guys later.